don't know. It just doesn't feel like VP's targeting the key heroes that OG are winning games with, which is, I think these first bans are a little surprising to me.
I can't disagree with you there. The Shadow Demon stands out the most to me. That hero seems nutty.
Yeah.
And there it goes.
Okay.
VP will ban it out. So they agree with you, BSJ, after that last game of No Tail just dominating with it. Yeah,
last two games. It just, like, the aggression potential plus defensive potential of the hero. It can be 4 or 5. You don't mind giving it some farm to get that Ether Lens.
Yeah.
You don't mind it with no farm to be more defensive.
Oracle's still in the pool, by the way.
So is Coddle.
So is Coddle, you're right.
And
maybe one of them gets through. Maybe they both get banned.
Coddle Ember, Coddle Bristle. I think the Coddle Embers looked like the more versatile and potent
just
duo.
better in general.
OG also just did Coddle Gyro. Like, they're happy to just do something totally different, you know. So
See, as they take some time on their last ban here.
I have to believe they won't get Coddle Ember at all, because if they pick Coddle, Virtus.pro will almost certainly give ILTW Ember Spirit.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are you willing to give up here if you're VP? Because they do ban out the Oracle, which means the Keeper is still in the pool. Any other heroes? I feel we're forgetting one. I feel like one is missing from this.
there's like the Pengos and stuff. Like if
Pengos,
VP want to go with the Mars, I think Pengo being on the other side when you have Mars was actually a problem last game, because you're just rolling Thunder Ring around, ignoring
You don't care,
the arena. Yeah. That was a hero that didn't care about that. Yeah, the big team fight with his maneuverability.
See if one of the teams maybe still does want to run that Beastmaster. I know we have been seeing it lose, but both teams have very highly prioritized it.
Oh, and of course, Pugna.
The Pugna, that I thought, I was like, I know there's one really big hero that was banned all 3 games. VP, will they ban it? It feels like it's a Pugna or Coddle, and they're like, oh no. Uh-oh, we're giving them one of those. If you ban Coddle here, I feel they're just snap picking Pugna.
Have they first overall Pugna?
They have at least one time. I know they usually do it when they're second pick, but they have first overall at once.
I don't think necessarily VP will want to like block pick it. If OG don't pick it first, I think they can still get second pick, because like it's just not one of the heroes VP maybe understands how to utilize the same way.
Yeah.
I don't know if Zayats is familiar with the hero. No one plays a lot of heroes. He probably could play it mid, but you're not going to first to your mid when you have last pick, until later on you may decide to send it mid.
No.
But we'll see what OG decide.
Super curious, as we've seen first pick and pretty much bounce back between the two teams. Does anything else stand out? Then if you don't really want the Pugna first overall, as you said, they probably don't play it. It'll be picked after that, with the Coddle and the Oracle being banned out.
All the top tier 5 positions are gone except for Grim.
Nature's Prophet.
Oh yeah, Grim and Nature's Prophet, yeah.
I'm surprised we haven't seen NP. I really am, because it is quick-paced. It travels around the map when a lot of heroes can't do that anymore. I'm actually just surprised we haven't seen it. They're taking a ton of their time here.
I think these openers are like the most important part of the draft right now in some ways. Like, it just decides so much about how the lanes are set up, which is why reserve time was being used on even first bans, because whoever you ban third, fourth affects so much of what the openers end up being.
Okay. The Earthshaker.
Okay. Flexible between the 4 and the 5 secures your lanes. We talk about how important the lanes are, and they get a hero that, you know, with Fissure Block guarantees your lanes are in good position. And it's funny because those bans and that very first pick takes so long, but VP know exactly what they're going to first to pick based on OG's
what
opener.
They see, yeah. So is it just going to be OG? Are they going to take the Pugna, or is there like another hero you like versus Ember Grim? Obviously, Oracle's out.
I'm not a huge fan of Pugna versus either of these two heroes.
Okay.
I think Prophet stands out the most. Either... Can you just pick an offlaner here?
If so,
like what else is there?
Pango.
Pango. Yeah, Pango probably.
It's not.
Not the greatest first
Ember, but you've got the Grim and Ember both have roots, and Grim can even keep you in place during your Rolling Thunder.
Yeah, you're right. Pango feels rough. Feels like a pretty nice opening from VP.
Batrider, I don't know. We haven't seen much first 2 Batrider. It's been more like a third, fourth pick.
Yeah, I don't think Batrider is particularly good against these two heroes. It's not like bad. I just have a hard time envisioning picking it here. I guess Oracle's banned, so it does go up in value there.
Well, OG down to the double digits. 40 seconds of reserve time. That's the other benefit of picking fast when you know how important these early picks are.
Yeah, make them. Yeah. Force them to do this, and then you stump them at the last pick when they don't have time. And Enchantress, all right. I believe that is just going to be the no-tail hero, but I could be wrong. We have not seen a core, right? An Ench in a bit. Did we see an offlane in SCA? Am I crazy? I swear we saw one in the earlier regions, and it didn't work.
We did see an offlane Ench, and we were like, wow, why are they doing this? And then it did horrible.
So is this the counter to like a Ember Grimstroke with the Dispel?
Like, yeah. Like
could be. That's why I thought it might legitimately be a core here, because in the lane, if it's against Ember Grim, it would actually have a really good time, I think.
Yep. But even in the mid game, just being able to purge off the heroes that are running at you, you know.
Could be Seb. He did used to play it in the past.
Shaker Inch is like a TI combo that we see a lot, where it's this fissure block for the ranged offlaner. Very independent once she gets levels. She might have just had her numbers nerfed too many times in order to be an offlaner, so I'm not ruling it out as a 5 at all, but I also think they pick it this early with the possibility of putting a core. And Ricky is one of the more annoying heroes for Enchantress to deal with, so that kind of goes along with that game plan.
Yep.
Now VP, they're going to start dipping into their time. Possibly getting so what is good versus if it is possibly that Ench offlane? You already have the Ember Grim, which isn't the greatest in the game. You know, maybe the lane it can do okay, but what do you take then? Is there a counter to the Enchantress? It feels a lot like the egg, right? You got to get some attack speed stuff, but well, they get Earth Spirit.
You want early gank potential on the Enchantress, so I was gonna say you almost want at least either the mid or the 4 position to be able to rotate on the Enchantress very early, if it's a core. And in this case, Earth Spirit's great for that. The Grimstroke enables that really well with the Ink Swell. Like, you just put it on him, he rolls in, and gets the follow-up stun to his own roll.
I don't think they'll necessarily address the Ench right now, because they're going to want to save their last pick for their mid carry. Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're fine. I think you have to at least pick stuff that could kill the Ench without it ruining your draft.
Yep.
Because you don't want to get to the last pick and like have OG reveal that it's potentially Ench core and just have nothing to address. Yeah.
Earth Spirit, I wouldn't say totally does that. It's like some kill threat, some rotation, but not like overwhelming damage to.
Yeah, I think you want Pango, something like Pango, just damage that goes through Enchantress's passive, and is like relatively reliable because she's going to be standing in the lane.
Whoa!
Excuse me?
It's a Skywrath.
No-Tail's played this hero once this tournament, I believe.
Yeah, they've been the one team to pick it, and there's the Bat Rider.
Wait, no, time out. Remember when Liquid picked it?
No.
You don't remember that?
Oh, I remember.
And they ended up going offlane or something.
The Skywrath Mage Legion, man. That was sick.
That was...
Wait, are we going to get a Skywrath Mage Legion now that there's a Bat Rider pick? I could easily see a Legion Commander for Seb right now. Dude, Legion or Bat, and I think they have to pick.
And then what do you do with the Ench?
Where's
you put it middle,
or
is it a Sky middle?
It's a Earthshaker 1 position.
Okay. They do take the Ebb.
There's the Batten, so it's a 1 position of Batten.
More than likely.
It's looking like.
I actually don't know what else you do here.
Yeah, you're kind of trapped yourself in, it feels like, with this draft. But we feel like that with every OG draft.
Or mid-Abaddon? Like, they're just going to put it wherever the Bat Rider is? Like, we've seen mid-Legion, right? Against the Bat. Abaddon's the hardest bat counter in the entire game. Yeah. Like, 1-to-1. If you ignore every other hero in the game, like in the other 8 heroes that are going to participate in the game.
What's the shield cooldown? Sorry.
6 seconds at max level.
Okay, what about early levels?
12.
Okay.
12, 10, 8, 6.
Gotcha.
I know for a fact Abaddon's going to be put against the Bat Rider in lane.
At least try to.
So it might be like, if it's a side lane Abaddon, it's going to be like off lane if it's a Bat 5, but it's not a Bat 5. They revealed it's a core because they have Grimstroke Earth Spirit, unless Earth Spirit's being rotated to mid.
Yeah. We saw it once with Team Spirit, I believe, who ran the Earth Spirit middle.
I think OG is prepared for that swiggity swerve, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
Regardless of the swerving, they do need a hard carry here. They need the Sumail here most likely.
Yeah, that's the big thing. You don't want Sumail and Abba.
No. I think they're looking for that,
why not?
Gyro, Morph, TB type hero.
Yeah, any hero that stands its ground is really good with the Batten. You just want an easy shield target.
Wow.
That's not a hero that necessarily stands its ground, but it's pretty good for enabling Storm to go greedier items.
Earth Spirit as well. Wow.
It's the Abaddon that enables it. I'm not necessarily saying I love the pick, but is really hard to play Batrider when they have a save as well as a hero that can like when you're in vision, they can just close the gap on you and kill you. It's very hard to play Bat into like Storm, Quap, like Puck. Like you're all about mobility and all about, you know, we saw the Lycan chase down Seb in our earlier series, and he can just run away from you. But if it's a hero that closes the gap so quickly that movement speed and flying pathing doesn't matter anymore, it's very nice. So at this stage, I'm only a bit concerned about OG's draft in terms of the early damage, like super early mid-game damage. Like eventually, Earthshaker, Sky, Storm, they can dump out some damage, but in the early game, I'm not 100% sure. But what is VP's choice here? Do you have to go
pick a mid,
like,
or they can pick a carry?
do you go like Monkey King? Do you go like what
Or
do you
go for like the anti-mages of this world?
I think you have to pick a hero that threatens a Batten, because I think if a Batten can do whatever the hell he wants in the game, he's hard counter to Earth Spirit too, because you shield off all of his stuff, including the ultimate. Like you can break the chain of the rocks being laid down just by shielding whoever's ulted.
Could also be a decent PL game, like the mana burn here.
Okay,
But
they go for the TA.
Tempo.
no one wants the mid matchup. He's saying, look, I want to just play against Sumail mid, put me on an even stronger laning hero.
It is.
TA is pretty insane versus Zinch.
I like Sumail and no one were the first to pick. We've been seeing OG kind of wait. Sumail's like, nope, I want this matchup as well. Let's go. A little bit of confidence there.
Yeah, it feels like you never left guessing where VP is sending heroes.
Yeah,
every single VP draft, like as the pick comes out, they're complete different like philosophy around drafting compared to OG.
So who do we got? I know we've been going against OG a bit. You two have been going against OG a bit. This draft for me, it actually feels like the weakest one of OG's personally. I don't know if it's for you, BSJ, with your percentages, but I don't know. I don't know how the Skywrath Earthshaker Ench get stuff done early.
I've lost confidence in VP, but I don't know. Batten's so good versus Bat, but then TA is so good in this game. So since I've lost a bit of confidence, I'll go 88-12 for VP.
For VP, okay.
I'm going to go with OG. I've learned my lesson watching a few of the last OG wins.
They're just doing it.
They're just doing it. They're feeling themselves. Sumail's on his Storm Spirit now. You know, I think Sumail's looking like the MVP of this series, despite the fact he's playing on NA ping, and OG. I mean, VP just aren't playing their best out today. So.
Yep, we'll have to see. This should be a very good one. It is going to be game number 4. OG is up 2-1. Can the No One TA bring it back to a 2-2, or will Sumail zip himself into that 3-1 victory? We'll have to see with Cap and Blitz.
It's been incredible to be able to watch OG's run through this tournament because they seemingly have every excuse you could possibly give them. You've got a carry on high ping. You've got 2 stand-ins. Stand-ins that, by the way, have a role where they can't actually play. There's no mid laner here. You've got a carry. You've got 2 off laners. There's no actual mid laner. You've got every excuse you can give OG. And so when they finally matched up against Virtus.pro, you're like, all right, VP, they're just going to 3-0 it. It's just nice and easy, a clean team. But everything says that the odds are against them. Let's go into the game, shall we, as we actually have
I think the odds were against them again. And they actually got first blood on the side of VP. All right, so VP have learned, and the lowest cooldown that they have is now Batrider ulti or something? Or
100 seconds for Grimstroke ult.
Grimstroke ult, yeah.
100 seconds for Lasso.
Yes. So they're pretty much just team fight now.
No high cooldowns.
No high cooldowns, just fighting.
TA, Ember Spirit. Those heroes always are ready to fight. Do you think it's actually going to give them an advantage? Oh, 2-man Fisher. They're going to be able to get a counter kill. They already gave up the first blood,
might
so
be dead.
this ILTW kill isn't going to be worth as much, sadly, for OG.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad.
Don't be mad, he says. I need VP to start tipping and voice lining again. They need to regain their confidence, as we're going to see how first blood happened, guys. Don't worry about that nice roll in.
Looks like No Tail just stepped a little too far.
Oh,
nice
the
stroke from Solo. Well done. Okay, so Virtus.pro, with these low cooldown heroes, do they have the advantage in draft against OG?
I don't know. I kind of like VP's lineup this time. I disagreed with Brian twice. What did Brian say for this game?
I believe he said 88-12.
He's just
VP, I mean, at this point, he's just memeing on himself. So
I don't think he was the
know.
first 2 games, though. It's all right, Brian. You know, you gotta throw him out to make him spicy.
Yeah, every analyst gets their come-ups.
Exactly. Except me, because I have the power of hindsight. Sev is just going to battle into ILTW, who's probably dead here.
Yeah, no chains opportunity, and geez. He may have gotten first blood, but ILTW is not having a good game here.
No, 2 deaths already. This mid matchup, by the way, is kind of going one-sided.
Is it supposed to be one-sided?
I would like to think so, because I have lost to a lot of TAs that I think are bad lately.
Okay.
And
I mean, it makes sense to me, because TA is not your normal melee hero.
let's say it's not impossible for Storm to win the matchup.
Okay.
You have to dodge a lot of side blades. But the problem is you have to Remnant for a lot of CS. And he's going to try to go for what Miracle does. And he's going to try to push this wave out as fast as he can. Pull him into his creep wave. And that's why no one, if you're wondering why he's just going for the auto attack to push it in, he doesn't even care about getting last hit. He knows that Sumail's gone for this. And he's trying to counteract that, which I think is really cool. That's like the mid-meta of Storm versus TA. You go 1-1-1 and you try to pull her and kill her while she still has like level 2 refraction. Because once she has levels, she just goes in jungles and beats you because she lays out traps and then just keeps spamming outside blades.
So Sumail not going to be able to do that now since no one is counteracting that play. And as a result, 11-2 compared to 8-5. So a few more denies for Sumail, but he is definitely maybe going to struggle with this matchup. He does have a gank coming in, though. What is this?
I don't know if this is a killing gank. This is just like a hit him once and run because Seb just killed solo at bottom.
Well, it's interesting they're able to make this kind of maneuver while simultaneously still getting a kill at bottom lane. The block here, ILTW, does have a small little area to move on through. He scooches.
He is getting kicked out of this bottom lane hard, though.
Yeah, geez.
And this safe lane, Abaddon, is doing just fine. That's why Rezo is going for his own farm by pulling the creep wave. I think this is not a lane that he wants to be in a pure 1v1 situation in, and Sumail's going to get rolled on. This should be his death with the slow.
Now that's how you gank somebody. Sumail tries to do as much damage as possible before he goes down, and thanks to the tower hit, CIS gets a little bit low, but no tell. He's just here to collect the experience while Sumail's dead.
It's a pretty rough Storm game. I'm a little bit surprised, I guess, that they picked it. I think that Grimstroke is very good against your hero. I think TA, pace-wise in the game, is very, very good against your hero. Because every time you want to fight, she just has one more item than you, in my opinion. But if anybody, and I mean anybody, can do it, it's Sumail.
Yeah.
Sumail
this guy
Storm
was
Spirit.
known to be the king of Storm Spirit play. See if he's able to do it against somebody who has made a strong argument for an MVP performance in a tournament. No one has done so much for Virtus.pro.
Yeah, but he's had a rough Necrophos game and a rough Invoker game, like back-to-back. He's had quite the unforgiving time.
So let's see if his confidence is shaken at all. It doesn't seem to be, at least in the laning phase. Resolution here at the top lane. We occasionally see it. He's just cutting waves, and there's not much No-Tail can really do to stop him, especially since they did not start with the Skywrath in this lane. Because he was bottom lane, Resolution has kind of had a free go of it.
Yeah,
And
he's going to even get the stack here.
yeah, we'll see. No-Tail definitely doesn't want to give it to him, and Resolution doesn't want to have to share that experience, so he may just wait a bit.
If No-Tail is like the most, or Rezo is the most hyper-efficient player, he's going to go for, he's going to click No-Tail's hero, say like, he's completely out of mana. And that's why CIS is also coming to protect, just in case. But Rezo,
Pull this
he's going to,
over.
He's going to pull this all over Firefly, and he's going to get massive off of this. He missed one to range creep, but who cares, because you're going to get all of these other little creeps. And with No-Tail sitting in the fire, he might just die for this.
Yeah, with a roll in from CIS, this is the most efficient farm you could possibly have on Resolution.
Dude, he got so much gold for that.
2-stack, 2 creep waves, and a hero kill. That's using Firefly efficiency
But
right
ILTW
there. ILTW is okay. Science is here.
Sox is going to hit him.
Okay.
Misses with the roll. Should be mentioned, by the way, that Zayat himself is also playing with some ping.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad.
Yeah. Pretty rough ping, apparently. Resolution is going to go for it again here. No tail. He TP'd out into lane, and that just means he's dead.
Yeah, and Rezo might be going down for this,
Yeah,
yes.
he will.
But so far, so good for him, as he did pull the creep wave to the second creep wave, so he'll be just fine. 33 is still having absolute free farm, and ILTW with this lane switch, he's got to be careful here.
Does manage to get the chains onto Samael, but pull back into his doom here. The sleight of fist and the stick charges may have actually allowed him to survive. No one's going to cut over.
Oh, no.
And Soxa, he's just in deep. Oh, he got the hit. He got the enchant totem swing that gets the kill. And now, even if he does die, which he probably will, no one only needs a couple of shots here. Oh,
Trying to get the juke. He
the courier,
does.
he's juking it out. He's got a Fisher coming up too. He also has a TP.
Oh, no, he
tries
went
to
one
go
juke
back
step.
in. Cut through the trees, maybe? Oh, the Fisher block. He blocked him out. He can't get to him. No one is not going to be able to get this kill.
Wow.
Soxa, well played.
Soxa, he did that in the other game too. Game
Yeah.
1, where he was the Pango against the Axe. That was so hype. And now he just runs in a circle. He's just wasting time. He's going to wave himself goodbye. I know he's banging on his totem, but it looks like a bye. Very well done. That was hyperspace.
Yeah. Interesting that that no one basically vacates that mid lane. Oh, Science. Can he actually get this kill? The TP out. Did they have the lasso? Rezo tried to get there in time.
Did have it, and he gives him the tip to his former teammate.
So they had, he vacates the mid lane to give ILTW a way to recover.
Yeah, ILTW's game is so bad right now. Only 1,700 net worth at 7 minutes, almost 8 minutes. Solo's probably going to die for this. Not even going to get that ink swell off. With the creep that 33 has, they're going to position themselves to pressure this tower. And this is how OG are doing it in this series right now. Play fast, just continue to run at them, take this pace. Do not allow VP anything. And Zayats is doing a really good job on this Earth Spirit, just roaming around, getting kill after kill. But you have to imagine they need to get on more of these lanes.
What do you think about 33's build-up for this game? He did go for a very early Helma Dominator. So it seems like instead of a maybe Hector style, K1 Hector style carry Abaddon, he's going to go for a very traditional 33 off-lane style Abaddon and just try and hit this heavy early to mid-game timing.
Yeah, probably get like Vlad to some point too. I just think they really want to play this like style where they have items that are really cost efficient and cheap at fighting. And I don't know if Radiance necessarily fits into that mentality.
Inkswell, it's going to be pretty powerful here with that stun of the Firefly plus Inkswell. They should be able to run down Seb here, but the Fisher actually separates the two of them, and Seb, he's getting away. In fact, it's going to be Resolution who's in trouble. Samael almost finished him off. 33 will manage to get this kill on Zayat.
Seb is still alive.
Seb, he's still fighting back. He's getting impetus after impetus. That's going to bring Solo low, and now no one on the retreat, but Samael looks to slow him down. Does Soxa have that Fisher? Not quite yet. Couple more seconds needed for that one. OG.
Oh man, I can't believe Seb didn't die there. 8-5, 2K gold lead, and this mid tower is getting perilously low. Can they do anything to stop 33, who's really strong right now? He's got this troll creep. They've got 2 creeps stolen up actually because of the Enchantress. So there's just this literal zoo right now in mid lane. No-Tail's gonna TP out to ILTW. He can't catch a break.
The chains, it doesn't hit him. No-Tail gets away. Down you go, he says, as their mid tower does indeed fall. Resolution, not much he can do in Abaddon. He's instead maybe going to try and go for Seb here. Soxa in the back line is being assaulted by no one. No one slowing him down with trip after trap. No, Soxa does eventually fall, but so does Resolution. Trade out there to the favor of OG.
Yeah, you're going to say worth it every single time, and they're going to get the ward too. OG is getting rich in this game. Sumail is starting to catch up bit by bit. I mean, he's only 100 gold behind the T8 in a matchup where he was getting bopped pretty hard. And now he's found a DD rune. And this team is really good at just pushing pace and continuing to run. And you can see that VP, and they're struggling, especially because ILTW has just spent this entire time trying to catch back up. His laning phase was ruined pretty hard. But I still think VP can win this game. I don't think they're completely done or anything. Their late game is still really scary, as is their team fight.
Oh, what's crazy to me is OG just has, kill onto No-Tail, but it really feels like No-Tail's the only one dying here. He's got 4 deaths out of the 7 kills that Virtus.pro have managed to claim. That is not the person you want to be taking down. He's just a 5 position. It doesn't really matter that much.
No one with the instant TP out. And yeah, this score looks really deceptive because you think, like, how are they up 4K? And it's because they're, in fact, only getting kills really on no one.
Yeah.
On No-Tail, sorry.
Yeah,
and Rezo might just die for this, too. No, he's really fast. He's got boots of travel. He's just going to hop over that cliff, lead them on a chase. Wants to try to protect this bottom lane, so he's going to kill this creep wave.
What's crazy to me is this game in particular, OG is pulling off the same style that we've seen before, time and time again in this series. Oh, jump in onto Solo. He's going to pull back here. The raindrop is not going to be much protection against Seb and all the pure damage from those impetus shots. Roll back in onto Samael, low on mana.
Nice.
They're going to be able to get the combo onto him with resolution on top of the Firefly as well. They're slowly bringing him out. 33 is going to be here, though. The Aphotic Shield, and that stops a ton of the damage. Seb, that's going to be a secondary target here. Seb is going to get burned out before 33 has a second round of Aphotic Shield. ILTW still going for that back line. Really wants to kill Samael as quick as possible, and he does manage to get that one. Zions with the double kill. Keeps on going. Saksa turns around with that ultimate, the Echo Slam. Not enough to kill the Ember Spirit, though, and 33 just being harassed bit by bit with no ultimate left. They do manage to get Zions, though, thanks to No-Tail and that Fisher from Saksa. Still a really, really bad fight for OG.
Yeah, what can you do if you're VP with the gold that you got, though? Last game, they kept trying to butt heads in mid-tower, and they weren't able to ever take it down. And that was the big difference, is in this meta, I think what's really important, what do you get out of your kills? What are those kills leading to?
Yeah.
Because the gold that you get from the towers and the map control, that holds pretty well in value.
And OG, it feels like whenever they win a fight, they're always getting some big objective.
Yeah, that's why you saw the gold lead barely budge. With that change, these kills that you take away, the streaks, they're not nearly as impactful. And so, but these objectives, they last forever.
And they're doing this with some heroes that we haven't seen them. Right?
Yeah,
we haven't seen
Enchantress.
Abaddon and Enchantress from this team. And they're still managing to pull off the same
Seb is
style.
so
There's won
dead.
them 2 games. Now Seb's going to die here. As it takes a while to actually kill him, thanks to the cloak that he has.
Yeah, but Firefly, Seb is really out of position there.
He's got to be a bit more wary because they do have, I mean, Batrider, one of the better counters against Enchantress.
If he's not playing near as Abaddon. But I will say that I still think that OG's lineup is very mid-game heavy. Whereas I think ILTW, like, if he gets big enough, if this TA gets big enough, maybe they can carry this game. Like, I don't think that this Abaddon is going to build to scale super hard.
Yeah. So eventually he's going to get to a point where he's just an Aphotic Shield for
Yeah,
Storm
he's going to be an
Spirit
Aurabot.
and Seb's Enchantress.
And Enchantress also has a lot of counters in this game. They pump out a lot of magic damage on the side of VP.
Yeah.
So this game, I think, is going to be a lot closer than the last game. I do think OG's lineup, though, is just suited for being able to take these fights. It's a little bit deceptive. They have a Helm of Dom and an Enchantress early game.
Yeah, with that combination of creeps, they managed to bully down the Tier 1 towers nice and early. But since then, haven't managed to win a fight and take down any of the Tier 2s.
Yeah, they have very little ways to deal with ILTW just going for this.
Yeah, he's been quite the nuisance. Between him and Resolution, there are a lot of ways to be able to cut creep waves. Solo he pops out a little bit too far and pings that there's a ward on that high ground. The truth is, it's on the low ground. It was right under his feet when he got caught.
He's dead for quite some time because he used buyback too.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Can
now
they do Roshan? They do have the Abaddon.
Yes, they can. They have Abaddon plus Enchantress and Storm with the DD. Like, this is actually a pretty good Roshan lineup. If Seb wanted, he could come here and tank this, right?
Yeah.
With the Untouchable. But I think they believe that 33 with his Ice Armor is more than enough, and they would be correct. And now this is going to be a very early Aegis on Storm. And we talk about how TA really wants this item. because you don't really have any defensive capabilities until you get your BKB. Because she's going to go Blink next, and all of a sudden she has no way to fight into this. But VP are doing a good job of splitting out, fanning the farm. Sumail even getting a little bit greedy there.
Silence on ILTW. Sox, I'm not really sure if they can get this.
Nope.
Yeah, sure enough, he's able to slight and jump away to his remnant.
I mean, they're going to keep doing this, and I think VP should smoke to a lane and try to get something set up.
Looks like they're trying to get Seb right now. But he wasn't spotted by the sticky napalm, so Resolution doesn't keep going. And maybe it's for the better. OG, they're grouping up here. Maybe it's time to take another tower. They do get another tower, that is. Soxa could have his Blink Dagger.
And they did go for the smoke. I like this. They want to still try to take a fight.
Going to be able to grab Seb, pull him into the
so
tier 2 tower
away.
with the Inkswell stun right after the lasso. It means he's so far away that 33 cannot get there on his Abad. Now, no one jumped in, but he's immediately grabbed by Sumail. The Echo Slam's going to go down, trying to chain stun him out. No one delivers the damage,
alive.
though, to be able to finish off that Earthshaker, and he's still somehow alive. 33 tries to chase him down on the Abad, but he has to retreat now. CIS, a kick from the high ground, slows down 33's, forced to use his Aphotic Shield, but a chains is now going to root him to the spot. 33 should just die as Sumail cannot help him out here. ILTW gets the double kill.
Ooh. Really nice grab by Resolution to find the Enchantress. And that's going to get them the gold lead. And VP, I talked about it, they have the better late game lineup. They just have to kind of hold against this early game aggression.
So it's particularly bad for OG. Hoping for the
The
neutral
neutral-
creep
are you
tonight, and
serious?
he gets it. Oh, no. That was lame, says Resolution.
Oh, boy.
He missed out pretty heavily there.
We're going to see
Still,
the
though.
smoke. Rezo, with the perfect jump, catches the Enchantress. Finds her. They have absolutely no way of helping. They try to all in on this no-one TA, but she already grabbed one kill. So it was already a 3v5 at this point, and a pretty good Echo Slam, but the Soulbind is just a little bit too much. With the silence, Sumail had wasted all of his mana trying to all in onto this Templar Assassin. And they try for the grab again onto Rezo.
Now Resolution, he's going to be grabbed by Sumail. Sumail actually gets silenced up here. Oh, that damage. No one takes out the Storm Spirit. Will they get the disable? Zayats is going to roll in and nail Sumail perfectly. 3 shots to the dome from no one, and Sumail is dead. Now Seb, half his health gone, immediately a buyback. A double chains there. The Fisher with the double stun. Sumail's going to be able to roll in and does grab Science before he can roll out. Now he's going to look for the Ember Spirit as well, but ILTW,
They need more than
jumped
this.
once, and he's got another remnant to go, so he should be fine here.
Whose Mango Tree is that, by the way?
That, I believe, is Virtus.pro's.
Oh, that Mango Tree.
Oh, they managed to get the roll in. Pull him back. He's silenced up. He's flame broken. Seb does have 33, though. And he knows he can kind of keep going as long as he's got the Aphotic Shield here, but now they've been soulbound together. No one. He got the mega kill streak, but he's going to be needed here for this team fight. He quickly takes out the back line, and now 33 with his ultimate already being used. He will slowly but surely be chased down. Sumail, that's a problem for him. He turned around and hit some creeps. He has no mana to be able to work with here. He is going to be chain stunned and a dieback for him. OG losing back-to-back-to-back team fights there.
And this will finally be their mid tower going down. ILTW has come back finally after being so far behind in this game. We're seeing his impact. He's got a Maelstrom alone. He's saying, I will not repeat the mistake of last game. I will not just farm. I have to fight my way out of this hole.
And no one, he wanted the be-all, end-all hero of this game, the Templar Assassin, and he's showing that he can put it to just deadly instrument in his hands.
I think it's the setup from Zayats and Resolution. It's the two initiators right now that are making life really easy for VP. And OG's lineup, it's starting to run out of steam. You've got a TA that has almost double the net worth of the Storm. He's getting very close to that. And this was a Storm that bought back to try to take what he thought was going to be a pretty free fight. Doesn't even get the bounty rune. I think, in fact, they're going to get 4. Yep, that's 4 runes, and all of a sudden we've got a 5k gold lead. We're just going to trade Stomps out for a game 5, I bet.
Yeah, it seems like it's
Seb
Seb. He's going to be
again.
grabbed here. Lasso, Inkswell stun. A lot of damage coming from ILTW while no one quickly blinks in and deals with No Tail. He says, you're not going to be bailing out your brother here in arms. we're going to get a secondary kill and maybe a tier 2 tower to add on to it.
Rezo has found Seb so many different times. You're supposed to have the Abaddon as a Bat Rider counter, and we've just not felt that this game.
No, Seb always seems to be too far away from for 33 to react.
Dude, Brian's going to be right. I'm so happy for him.
OG, they survived through a 5% chance, a 7% chance. The 12% chance was too much for them, it seems.
It was too high.
Maybe that's why they got to put themselves in the hole right now. Down 7K.
You get down 25K, and then you'll start to make the comeback on the Divine Rapier Enchantress.
Dota Plus siding with Virtus.pro, 62 to 38, it says. You can see the GG bet odds as well. Heavily favoring Virtus.pro, as it probably should, because we said early on when Virtus.pro was behind that they did have better late game. All they had to do was just kind of chill through this early game, not give up too much of a net worth advantage. In fact, they did more than that. They fought back in multiple team fights to now claim a gigantic net worth lead.
Again.
And maybe a big team fight. Seb going to be targeted here with a BKB from no one, allowing him to pump some damage out unimpeded. But Seb actually does manage to get away. No Tail, not quite as lucky though. Blown up by the combination from ILTW and no one. Seb will eventually go down though. He just says nowhere to run to and nowhere to hide.
And the executing shot from no one. It was that fight where they try to fight with the Aegis going onto the low ground, but it started with Seb getting picked off and no one tanking pretty much every single ability. Now that he's got his BKB, he's good.
Oh,
33.
look at that.
CIS.
He's got the distance of the rolling boulder talent, and he used it to catch up to 33. 33 tried to hide behind the tier 2 tower, but because of Zayats, no one gets the beyond godlike spree. ILTW, though, what happened there?
He was just getting a little bit frisky.
Looks like he got Blink Echo slammed. I guess not a whole lot of shame in that, and they protect the more important killing spree in the Beyond Godlike on no one. He gets a tier 2 it.
No one still has not died in this game, and he had a very good mid lane matchup. He just continued to hit Ancients. He knew that this game was going to turn around as soon as they took one good fight. So far, so good. I want to see a game number 5 to see which team can play faster, because these guys just battle it out for the early game lead. And will Rezo find Seb for the 5th time? He's done such a good job with that.
Yeah, he has. First, in game 1, his Axe was a monster, just being able to hunt down all of OG. Now in this game, he's made Seb quite the victim.
Oh,
Sticky name bomb spot. Saksa tries to go for the lasso, but has to play back as No Tail threatens him. The silence is going to come down. Science to the rescue. Manage the 2-man slow. Is going to go for Saksa here. They feel that's the more important kill, as they should. They're going to be able to land the stun onto him, push him back with the flame break, and Saksa is certainly dead, as is No Tail. Both supports on the side of OG die.
Both supports die in like 2 seconds. No Tail. Skywrath Mage has no armor. In fact, we will see that he has like 3 or something.
Yeah, he's got 3 armor.
Against a Deso Meld TA hit.
Yeah.
You're going down.
You have negative 11 armor when no one hits you with that combo.
Ooh.
You're just going to get 2-shot every single time. Resolution, trying to stop this outpost from being taken, but his life may be taken as some. Oh,
the blink.
Nice blink away. The Eul's blink.
And now they're all here.
The chain's up.
The boys are back.
Samael almost nailed there by Zayats. He is going to be silenced, though. No one keeps on going for it. He does manage to get that kill. Seb's going to be left behind. 33. He knows that if he tries to bail out this Enchantress, he'll probably just be another death on the pyre here. No one. Oh, boy. What a catch there from ILTW. Double chains. Kick 33. Back outside of his base. Finish off no one. And then turn back for that Batten with the borrowed time. But the chains to stop the TP out. That is pretty much a 5-man wipe. And it's going to be
it's going to be a 5-man wipe.
Because Saksa is going to die as well. He had just died bottom lane. And now he dies again.
Now the voice lines come out. To OG's credit, I think they had a very good early game with their build, but as soon as no one got all of his items, I mean, it has not looked very close, and Rezo has found Seb more times than I can count at this point. And there's just no real ways for OG to initiate a fight and take it properly at this point.
They just keep on running over OG. There's no clear semblance of a front line and initiation for OG. They're just getting picked apart non-stop by Virtus.pro heroes. Now an Orb of Destruction, so add in even more minus armor for no one, and give him an Aegis as well to
That's
wish
good for
him
No
on
Tail.
his way.
This is fine. He's happy about this.
Hey, he's got some armor. That's from the tier 3
It's
tower,
from the
though.
tier 3 tower. All right, so here's what he does. He stands near the tier 3 tower at all times. Pumps up that armor as much as he can.
And then still gets 2-shot? Well, maybe he gets 3-shot instead of 2-shot.
No, I think he gets 2. But it'll be 2 difficult, hard-earned shots.
Yeah, with the proc of the MKB, Jesus. MKB, huh? Does anyone even have any evasion? They don't even have a Heaven's Halberd or anything yet.
He's planning for it.
This man is so far ahead in his build.
He's
OG
building
haven't
theoretical
even begun,
items.
They haven't even begun to think about items to counter him, and he's already countering the counter.
Oh my god. No one's having a good... This is a good, like, purge game, you know? He's just mad about all the other games.
Just getting rid of all the frustration that built up from those 2 losses.
He's getting tipped. Oh, the long zip in, and it misses. Sumail.
Point there.
I saw it coming, and it was kind of getting hyped, but then I realized the angle was nowhere near. Rezo. 5-3-17, his Batrider. Oof.
Yeah, that escape that he did earlier with the Yules and then the blink away.
Baited the entirety.
And now he's going to be gone on here. Can they actually blow him up in time? It looks like it. They've got plenty of damage on the side of Alliance. Okay, now we see how heroes can actually die. We need a little bit of distance for Seb to output that pure damage, but they can potentially 100-0 some of these heroes.
ILTW is dragging them closer to his ward vision. This is really smart.
CIS, they're going to give him the Inkswell so he can get right in the middle of everybody. Doesn't actually hit the stun, but he does hit the silence. Tries to go onto No Tail, but he's pulled back in by Sumail. Now Resolution's going to be able to grab Sumail, but
the
Echo
Echo
Slam, it stops him in its play. But no one with the BKB, he's laying in the damage. He's already killed the Earthshaker. Now with the Soulbind of these 2 heroes, they're also silenced up. They can't actually save No Tail. Hell, they can't even save themselves as 33 is going to go down. And Seb, bit by bit, shot by shot, he pops the
Get out of there,
Scepter,
Seb.
but he doesn't have a TP to get away. Don't be mad, he says. Don't kill me. He hopes. But no such luck. Virtus.pro win another fight.
Oh, Rezo actually diebacked.
Okay.
All right. So
He strayed a little bit away from the team there.
that was very far away from the team. And that all just comes down to ILTW dragging them into vision. You can fight very easily at that point if you're no one, when you see all 5 heroes on the map. And it was a little bit of a mistake by CIS. He was trying to stun multiple people with his Inkswell and ended up getting nobody. But it doesn't even matter with the lead that they have. They're just too far ahead right now. Maybe if Storm pulls off something crazy, though, I could see a comeback. But so far, we've just kind of traded out stomps. I'm really hoping if there is a game number 5, it feels like it's not just over at 20 minutes.
Yeah. Maybe it'll be similar to the EG secret matchup at Dream League Finals.
Did they just trade out stomps?
That was 4 one-sided games, and it was only, I think, the 4th game that was a close, fun one.
Because right now, I mean, we're just getting these 20-minute, and pardon, you know, me using my own name, these like blitz games where it's just fight, fight, fight. One team has demoralized the other team. But I will be silly if I just say this game is 100% over. I think that OG still have this, like...
Never roll OG out. But you can roll Seb probably
come on,
dead.
Seb.
You can
No,
probably
perfect Ghost
roll
Scepter
his
timing.
life out. All right, the Ghost Scepter. Okay, the Yule Scepter to dispel that. Flame Break to poke him away from his base.
He actually lives for, like, a reasonable amount of time.
Yeah.
And they found 33.
They have plenty of stuns, so what's the boy to do? He's just going to keep running. Survive as long as you can. Pop the borrowed time at the right time to take some damage off, but no. I'll just follow him.
He is not advanced in gold at all. We talked about how he had that really early hum of Dom. They took that tier 1 tower top, and since then he's got Vlad's and nothing else. And that was like 20 minutes ago. TA, on the other hand, has 5,000 gold. They're going to pop their pair kit. It's a good item.
Kit. But much like how we were talking about whether No Tail dies to 2 shots or 3, feels like this melee barracks may eventually die. Well, he lost his Aegis, so OG, they can formulate a response here.
Yeah, this could be their opening. The long hit. Pop! It's only one set of racks.
Yeah. They do have the Aghanim Scepter almost being done for Sumail. I don't know what their combo is going to be off of that. I guess it's just Echo Slam, but they don't have any other AoE damage to pump into it. So we're going to need a Dream Echo Slam for him. No Tail, well, he's dead.
Shot.
Okay, there goes. They managed to get the double pull. 33's trying to protect Sumail right now. He's locked in by the Soul Bind, but no chance. No one does too much physical damage. And now they've nailed Saksa. He gets off the Echo Slam, but it is a death croak from him as he falls. No one gets the ultra kill. Give him the Rampage. Just do it, VP. Look at him. Surrounding Sep like that. They set up no one.
He stuns up the Earthshaker as he blinks in. Yeah. Then they Yules him and they fan out, and he hits a similar big ulti that Zayats did. So we've seen both 4 positions now. Trade out big whiffs. No problem, though.
Virtus.pro, they did a great job setting up OG for no one to knock them all down with that big Templar Assassin. We did see OG taking that early game, and Virtus.pro finally had an answer, right? And it was the low cooldown heroes.
It was, okay, so your takeaway from this game is always be able to fight.
Always be able to fight.
Please. And
don't repeat game 2 and 3.
They're going to say, we need Mars, Phoenix. What else is really
we won those team fights. You know, it'd be really sick if we had some big explosions during those team fights. True. Maybe that's what Virtus.pro needs.
Crushed it on this Earthshaker. Zayats and Rezo, for me, their 2 names are coming up way too often. Them as playmakers. Give these boys good heroes. Let them play.
This series will go the distance. It's 2-2. Virtus.pro and OG. A Game 5 awaits after the panel.